Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's Griquas versus Lions preview, the Currie Cup round 9 is underway this weekend, and it's an interesting time in the Currie Cup because, for example, when you look at the Lions team, a lot of the URC sides starting to strengthen their teams. The Lions are no longer involved in the URC. One of either the Stormers or the Bulls will also drop out of the URC this weekend, so the Currie Cup's going to get a lot stronger in terms of the players playing in it over the next few weeks, which should make it very interesting. Right now, the Lions versus Griquas should be quite an interesting match. The Lions bouncing back and beating the Pumas last weekend, who've actually now slid into second. And with that, the Lions currently now tied with the Griquas in fifth place. A win would put both of them into the top four with the other teams still to play this weekend. So a pretty important game. It is in Kimberley, which means that the Griquas will have home advantage, and we all know how effective they are when they do have that advantage. So the Lions will definitely have to be close to their best if they are to get a result. Before we look at the two teams, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. We'll start with the Griquas. We made a couple of changes. In the front row, former Bulls prop Sebo Lamini starts next to Janka Ace and Jana Buerta. You then got Joe Paturis and Albert Liebenberg in the second row. Hanu Sergio will captain the side. He's got Tabo Indemande, who's on his Currie Cup debut in the number 6 jersey, and Carl Alse for company. Carl Alse, a very good and a very useful number 8 as well. Jan Mulder is partnering the very excited Ubabalo Dobela, who for me is currently auditioning for a URC team or a Cheetahs, for example. I tell you what, with the Cheetahs having lost Sia Masuku next season, I would be very much looking at Dobelo. He's been absolutely terrific for the Griquas. Looks to be the real deal. Can play at fullback as well as player half. Seems to have everything in it, the former junior Springbok. And if he has a good game, the Lions could be up against it. 7-star Sako Makata starts in number 11 jersey, as well as former Springbok, as well as 7-star former 7 World Player of the Year Roscoe Speckman, the number 14 jersey. Tertius Korea and JC Now in the centres. Ashlon Davis, former Lions scrum half, now a fullback, will start in the number 15 jersey. Off the bench, Sean Swart, Eddie Davids, Justin Forward, Dylan Shawblom, Neil Otto, Regan Orania, George Whitehead, and Sango Kamlashe, who actually was at the Lions earlier this season. And quite frankly, I'm not sure why the Lions didn't look to try and make that move permanent. I thought he was a very useful player for the Lions in an outside centre position. In terms of the Lions, as I said, a couple of big names back. Renard Rainsberger starts with next to Jakob Asaki, captain side, and Asanati and Chabakanya on the back of a tremendous 4 months of the URC. I thought he had really grew in leaps and bounds and probably one of the most improved players. In fact, one of the top tight heads for me across the South African URC. Very good to see him coming good. Ruben Skuman coming back from injury. He partners Darren Landsberg to complete a pretty good type 5. JC Pretorius continues to make his sort of step into the 15th jersey, or the 15th game, and then the 6th jersey rather. He's next to Emmanuel Tuka and Travis Gordon. So it's a very good pack, and you need a good pack in Kimberley because that it can tend to be quite dry out there and and can be very physical clash, and you've got to be pretty tough to go and win out in Kimberley. Morne van den Berg will partner Johnny Lombard. Both those two players dropped into the Currie Cup, and I think we'll see them starting quite a lot. Stian Pienaar, Prince Nkabinde, the two wings. Renard Jonker, facing his former side, obviously made the trip from Kimberley to Johannesburg earlier this season. And then you've got Manu Rast at outside centre on the back of a couple of URC games. Morgan Isaacs will start at full back. Off the bench, Brandon, Morgan Odia, the over-experienced Ruan Smith, Renard Roots, Raylan Strali, Nico Stein, very exciting young scrum half, Tyler Box, and Tian Swanepoel. It's a much better Lions side. They can still obviously add a couple of players in this. I think you could see somebody, a couple of the players in the URC side moving down here. I'll be interested to see if you might start seeing maybe Ruan Twente coming back into the mix. Somebody like a young player like that who could use with some game time. Obviously, a couple of injuries, although did play a lot this season. I'll be interested to see if we see Frankie Horner or Marius Lowe, for example. We haven't seen. We saw a lot of them during the competition, so I'm not sure we'll see them in the Currie Cup. But it'll be interesting to see how they do use the URC players and how many of the URC players do they want to use. Something like a Kieran Horn, for example, or a Ravs McLaren, Edwin van der Merwe. These sort of players, Snen Nahamba, they've played a long season and could be very much in the off season, but they'll probably also be quite tempted to start bringing them in as well, because at the end of the day, if you can win the Currie Cup, why not go and try and win the Currie Cup? And it's about getting the balance right, isn't it? In terms of wanting to grow your depth, wanting to make sure that you are preparing long to the future, but you also want to win trophies. And Nzwaki Nkosi, for example, would love to. Imagine him winning a Currie Cup trophy. That for me is going to be the priority. And if you can win, do whatever you can to get the results. But yeah, let me know what you think of the two teams down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.